We live, y'all. We back. It's Wednesday. Thank y'all for coming back and joining in with us. We got some crazy topics today, y'all. I'm talking crazy.
Indeed.
But as always, I got to introduce my co-hostess, my good friend Gary to my right, brother Bahij over there to the far right.
In the building. In the building.
You see, he got the shades on the day, ladies.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm feeling saucy today, folks. I just kept my shades on.
And the shirt, though. He bought the shades with the shirt.
Yeah, it was a
combo deal.
2-for-1 Mufasa special. Rocking with this, right? Yes, sir.
Looks good.
So look, we doing something. We experiment today. We're doing something a little different. We on we running live, right? Through you. Okay. Say again. What I missed?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said.
What do you think?
All right. So, in the interest of spicing up a little bit, we saw today on the Breakfast Club, got called in to get some advice on his situation with his girlfriend, right? So on the Breakfast Club, they weighed in on his situation, and then at the end of it, they said, "Bruh, she's just not into you," right? So I got to thinking. I said, I want to experiment with a little bit of a segment where we allow y'all to call in with some scenarios, right? Whether it be man, women, whatever, some scenarios to have us weigh in on whether or not he's into you or if we think he's not into you. Maybe you're not sure. Maybe you in the middle of this and you got mixed feelings about it, right? You might be like, I think he likes me. He did this, but then he did that. Well, we want you to weigh in on it, right?
Because your judgment's clouded.
Exactly.
You need us to tell you.
Exactly. Sometimes you need that third party. In this case,
yourself.
3 of a third party to kind of weigh in. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what I want you to do. I know some of y'all might be shy, right? Some of y'all might be like, I don't know if I want my business out there. So here's what you do. I got a phone number for you to call. You can use a fake name. Use that name that you use at the club.
We don't know you.
Use that. Ladies, use that name that you use at the club. Fellas, use that name that you gave her so that she won't look you up to find out that you owe child support. Use that name. I'm just saying, right?
All right.
Use the anonymous name because we want to get the real nitty-gritty truth so we can weigh in. We're going to weigh in on it, okay? We're going to give you our honest opinion, all right? So the number is 804-921-6988. Again, 804-921-6988. Are they out there? So somebody say hi. Let us know you're listening. So we know we got some people out in the audience. Participation.
We got some people on there.
Oh yeah.
Fly Nation, she on there. There's a couple people on there, but I don't know if they're gonna chime in on this one though.
Oh, okay. This is experimental. We wanted to see. Some of y'all might be a little gun shy, but again, you don't have to give your name, right? When you call in, I'm not gonna know who you are, right? You can just lay down what's going on with you, and we're gonna weigh in.
You'll know, but you won't put it out there.
No.
But you know what though? On some real stuff though,
Yeah.
I had an incident where I thought a young lady was into me though.
Yeah, let's start like that.
A while back. I thought she was feeling me, stuff like that. She laughing at my jokes and we having good conversation and stuff like that. We go out a couple of times. But come to find out, I was just a rebound.
And she never mentioned the previous relationship. She never brought it up.
Nah, she
really
never
weren't aware she was just.
I wasn't aware. Yeah, that she was just fresh out of a relationship or anything like that though. Nah, because you got some people that don't disclose that.
Most people kind of put it out there too much.
Some people put it out there too much. Some people don't put it out there.
Generally,
I look at it like this. Sometimes I feel like the less you put out about your ex or the previous relationship, the better off the new relationship will be in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. 100%.
Because sometimes, like you just said, you can put too much out there and then kind of like deter the person and be like, oh, nah, you got a lot of stuff going on. Or is this nigga sitting outside in the parking lot looking at us, through the window while we having this dinner? You know what I mean? So
I think the question is going to come up.
Yeah, because I don't do that no more. Nah, I recovered. I was here.
Recovered.
God bless.
but yeah, but so that's I mean, I think this is a great question though. Finding out whether or not if a person is really into you or not. You know, and it's a hard question because you don't really know until I guess stuff hit the fan.
So people ask a lot about exes and bring it up.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being forthcoming with anything really, because I'm pretty much an open book.
But my question is my question is this though. Okay, let me ask you
you
this.
don't-
But let me ask you this though. If you go to ask a person about their previous relationship on why they not together, right?
Right.
Are you how much of what they can tell you are you willing to accept and continue on?
Until you start hearing red flags. Everything until you start hearing things that are obvious red flags.
Okay.
But what if the red flags is on the other person, not her?
That's never always one-sided. Nothing's one-sided.
Okay. So
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like anyone that's had a bumpy, rocky history. It's not everyone's. It's not. Doesn't mean it's their fault because they've been in a relationship with a mixed or kind of like rough history.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, I don't know. You can see there's generally some patterns.
Yeah.
You
right.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I always get on here and look like a fool, but whatever. So
just go ahead. Yeah.
Look, what I like. Okay, so I've had situations like I know. Okay, so this one young lady, right? And I was into her. I'm talking about. So, have y'all been out there where like you meet this person and like they just seem like they check all your boxes, right?
Yep.
And you like, man, I'm into this one right here. But you're
Right.
trying to be cool because you don't want to, you don't want to, you don't want to seem like
You don't want to shake it up too much.
Yeah,
There's no
like
point
when they
in
say
rocking the boat too
geeking
much.
or
You wanna keep
whatever,
it
right?
smooth. Yeah.
But like I was really into. I mean, she just had like she had a certain way about how she carried herself. Like it was a certain femininity, but she wasn't high maintenance, but she was very feminine, right? You could have a conversation with her on so many different levels.
Sounds great.
Hey,
Yeah,
cuz.
she was educated, right? She was in the business, which I was really, drawn. I was drawn into that, and not to mention, she was just like, from my opinion, she was gorgeous.
Okay, smoking hot.
She had like a cocoa chocolate, smooth complexion, black hair. Looked like she was maybe a mix between Ethiopian and Dominican or something like that, maybe. You know what I mean?
Ethiopian and Dominican.
Right? So, like, I mean, she had all these things going. I was really into this one, right? And but I noticed, so like when we would talk, right, we would talk for like, like a long time, like an hour here, whatever. The times when we hung out, it's like I was a Bama, y'all. I was like, so this is what I did. You know what a Bama is, but they said, I'm gonna tell you. Find out from this story. It was we would hang out. So like one night we went to Georgetown, and we just walking, in the night air. It was a nice warm night. I had my Killer Blaze on at the time. I was feeling myself, right? So we just we holding hands, walking through the city, going in and out of spots, checking out live jazz. Right. It was nice, right?
All right. Sounds great.
So I was like floating on cloud nine, right? Next day I had another young lady call me. We weren't really, we were kind of, we kind of dated a little bit. She called me. She said, "What's going on with you?" I said, "Man, I went on the greatest date of my life."
Wait, you told the other girl?
Yes, I did.
Because you were ready to cash out with everyone
I was
else.
like so on cloud nine, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying all that, but then at the same time, a lot of times she wouldn't be available, right?
Right. Okay.
It's like when we saw each other, when we talked to each other, it's like we were clicking, right? But she also just was not available.
So she had another
a lot
life.
of time. So
she had another life that you weren't part of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, but I needed somebody to say, "Bruh, come on back home."
Yeah. All right.
Something's not right.
So this whole time, there's something else going on.
Yeah, it was like
okay.
She's just that into you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Right. But I couldn't see it.
Well, like there's
because when we were together, it seemed like we were clicking. right?
Right.
Like it seemed like we had a thing, but if your ass ain't available like that, maybe you know what I mean. Like, and I get women can be busy, like people can be busy, got stuff going on, but I just felt like.
So what did she? So I need more
mm,
information before I can make a judgment on this, right?
something
What did she
right.
say? You asked her some questions like where you been, what you doing, things like that, right? And what were her answers to those kind of questions?
It's either something to do around business because she was running her company. She had a
That's an
consulting
okay
firm.
answer. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Um,
I get that.
Yeah, you know, or just she also worked out. She was in the gym and stuff.
All right.
So she had stuff going on, right? But it still felt like there was something else to the picture that I just wasn't seeing.
When you
Because
asked her
we
to make
would
time
have,
for you,
because we
did
would have
you-
probably went to that next level.
Did she have
had
any
it not
kids?
been.
Did she have any kids?
No.
She had a business, so all right, I get that. But when you asked her things like when you asked her, "What's going on? Are you free tomorrow? Are you free Tuesday?" What were the answers that she would give you?
There wouldn't be no answers. I
She would
just
just
wouldn't
say
be able
nope?
to reach her a lot of times. You
Interesting.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
It wasn't like I don't think she was necessarily outright lying to me,
Yeah.
but still, I mean,
It sounds a lot like the kind of thing a guy would do. not what I
yeah,
expect from a girl. It doesn't
exactly.
mean that girls don't do it.
Right? Yeah.
Girls
So
do
how
it
many
too,
times
but-
did y'all even get to go out a couple times?
Yeah, we definitely went out.
So you were into
But-
her.
So that's
You were
why.
really into
oh man, oh,
You ain't
come on,
you ain't
man.
hit it. You ain't you ain't hit it.
No, I didn't hit it, brother. I did not. I did not get them skins. I did not.
Oh, okay. So that's probably where all the
So did you ever talk
I
to
mean,
her?
I don't know. Maybe that's. I'm
sorry,
look,
man.
look.
You know,
So
look,
did you ever get a chance to talk to her
I can't cry with spilled milk.
after you had some distance? After there was some distance in the relationship, did you ever get a chance to follow up later and say like, "Hey, what was going on? I was into you back then." Did you ever get a chance to
No,
ask her directly?
By the time she resurfaced, I saw her on social media. She was
Right.
married.
Oh,
Yeah. She was
interesting. So she was in the middle of her
Matter of
courtship
fact,
with her
the
future
dude
husband.
look a little like
and-
you when I think about it. Don G. You know what I'm
Wait, you talking about Tariq or me?
saying?
You.
Listen, he was a really handsome guy.
Woo!
Oh
So
man.
look, so it looked like people being shy on this topic, right? They're not trying to weigh in on this one. So we're gonna move to our next segment.
I mean, it's an interesting story, sad ending, of
I
course.
mean,
But
it is what
but
it is.
still, like,
you know.
okay. So
But-
let me ask you a question. So back to our topic here tonight. Like, at the time, were you talking to your friends and saying, like, "Hey guys, this is what's up with me and my love life. What's your opinion on this?" Because if you had asked me or Tariq,
Hey,
we probably would have given you
Platinova.
some opinions on it. You know what I'm saying? We probably would have said, like, "This is what that looks like from over here," and you know.
Yeah. I mean,
And I'm curious here because a lot of this has to do with, I think the topic we're talking about tonight has a lot to do with you think someone's into you and you're not sure if your vision is clouded, right? Because that describes the situation
Yeah,
you're
'cause
talking about.
I'm seeing
You
what
think
I
she's
want to
into
see.
you.
I want this
Right, yeah,
person
you want to,
to
yeah.
reciprocate, right? Like if I'm like, oh man,
Hey,
I want,
Marika.
so it's maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cheryl, what's up, sis?
You got Michelle on there?
Tisha, what's up, cuz? Hey. We're trying to get a little bit of weigh-in on this topic right here about
Oh yeah, I know Leticia. Oh yeah, Tisha and Lanice. All like yeah, they where they at? Yeah, they need to come on in here and tell y'all story. Tell y'all
Yeah.
story. Tell your story.
Come on.
Have you ever met somebody that you didn't know whether they were into you or were you not into them? Right?
But you're reading it wrong.
I'm reading it wrong,
right.
right?
It's being read wrong. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
topic is
Yeah.
you think someone's into you, you're hoping they're into you. You're into them, but you're not really sure because your judgment's clouded.
Yeah, because
There you go.
What we were experimenting with is we were like, okay, y'all could call in with that particular situation, scenario, whatever, and we will weigh in for you.
But we won't out them. But Tariq just
Yeah.
read everyone's name live.
Yeah. So
No, but they still calling.
Yeah, they
You
still
don't know
calling.
their
I'm
voice.
saying,
if you
Right.
call
There's
me,
a whole
I'm
speaker
gonna
there.
change your name,
Right.
so you don't have to feel shy about having this conversation if you choose to call in.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've been there. Like, if I think you've got your stories too, and you can explain them. But like, I've been there too. I think we all have. Everybody's been there at some point. And this is why there's a lot of reasons why dating makes people really nervous. There's different areas or phases in dating with somebody or you meet somebody, and then you start thinking like, I like this person a lot. Do I like them too much? Do I like them too fast? Do they like me as much as I like them? You know, where's it gonna go? Am I gonna, these are all the things. When you start liking someone, your brain goes crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely wasn't a completely sound mind. When I was
Exactly.
caught up in
and
all of those chemicals, that
That's-
la la la, and
That's what happens.
we skipping. I'm holding the hands, walking down the street. Look, I'm walking in the spots.
You're
It's
cloud
already
nine.
got gorgeous women in there, and I'm pulling her close to me, like, yeah, I'm good.
That's right.
You know, like yeah.
The other girls like you, call you up and say, "How you been?" You say, "I fell in love." I'm
Yeah.
out.
I
I'm
appreciate
done.
it. Thanks for
Fall in
calling.
love
but,
like that, huh?
Yeah.
I'm all in. Thanks for
All
calling.
in.
Yeah,
tell
I'm
you.
just saying. I know that's a wild situation, but yeah,
I learned a lot from my brothers. You know that.
yeah.
Of course.
I learned a lot from this guy.
Learn what not to do.
Yeah.
So all right, we're gonna transition into another segment. This is called we calling this wild news these days. Wild news these days. Some stuff going on out here that we kind of wanted to talk about. Get some feedback from y'all to see what's what. All right. So what's the first one we gonna? Okay. Let me ask you about this one. So I don't know what y'all have heard about the topic of polyamory, right? Let's give them a quick little definition on polyamory, because I know a lot of people may feel like
They know what. Once you
they
read the
know.
definition, they'll know what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a little.
I ain't know
something.
what the word was even. You sent it to me.
Right. We back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like we back. We had a little unscheduled commercial break. Yeah, so so we bought the one of the things that's in the news is Tiana Taylor was on there about her polyamorous relationship. And I said, well, let me define polyamory for some of y'all out there who might not know what it is. So it's the practice of engaging in multiple romantic relationships with the consent of all the people involved, right? So, yeah. But Tiana Taylor was like, that's her business. And it's not always a situation where it's the man who is trying to coerce a woman into this kind of relationship.
Right.
She was down for it, right?
And that's a lot. That's a
women too.
lot of situations like that with a woman.
It's not just
You
like,
know,
come on, baby.
yeah.
And some women are just into this. If you go on a dating app, you'll see like some people say, "I'm into that,"
Yeah.
and they have like their partner, their boyfriend, whatever's in the pictures with them. So we're looking for a third.
So you know what? Let me
say
ask you something. You know what? Let's just go ahead and let's go.
I don't
and get
know
right
if that's
into
the
it.
same. I don't know the definition.
Let me ask
too
you,
well.
Gary.
Yeah.
If you met a woman and you all started to date, and things got serious or whatever, and then she said, "Hey, babe, I would like to bring another lady in the bed with us. How would you feel about that?"
I don't know. It's never happened. It's never happened to me. So I don't know. Like
Hypothetically
speaking, I'd probably say all right, but it depends. I think that when you have a relationship with three people, again, I don't have that experience, never been involved in anything like that. But I do think I had a friend that this whole thing happened, and they were in a 3-person partnership, and he had a crush on his boyfriend's former boyfriend. But when his former boyfriend popped up, at first he said, "Who the hell is this guy? You're my boyfriend now. This guy's gonna." And the other guy said, "No, we were together for like a decade, and I was gone for a while. I'm back now." And like it ended up working out with these 3 people. These are 3 friends of mine. So it ended up working out. I didn't know that I don't know how well it works out, and that happens to be a relationship of all the same sex, not man, woman, and another third of one or the other.
But you know what?
So that's maybe different, but
Cuz
What'd she say?
the niece,
Because-
she said, the niece says, I've had that suggested.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna tell you, I went. So I was curious about this. I was probably in my 30s, and I was curious about this whole polyamory thing. So I went and found a group in the area where I used to live. Right, it's like a little meetup group.
okay.
Right.
So tell us
So
about this.
yeah, so I
You
get
got
there.
into this.
I get there, and it's somebody's house. Right.
All right. Yeah.
So people in there chilling, and I didn't really know who was with who or whatever. But I sat at this one table, and there was a guy, and there was a woman sitting close to him, and there was another guy distanced a little bit, maybe to the side of him. Right? So we all got to talking, and he's like, "Yeah, so me," and I'm just gonna make up the girl's name just keep it simple.
Sure.
He's like, "So me and Deborah, we see each other on the weekends, and this happened to be a weekend, right?
All right.
Me and Tanya, we see each other during the week,
Right.
right?
All right.
Tanya was right there, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, wait,
Yeah.
that
man.
sounds like some gangster shit to me.
I've been
I mean,
seeing
because everybody see the whole thing about polyamory is it's a consenting thing.
Mhm.
Everybody consents,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I'm like, okay, so you Monday through Friday, and this is Saturday. Okay, I'm like, So I'm thinking, look, I don't know if this was out of line. I'm also in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, well, okay, so we on the weekend, so that means you.
What do you're out of bounds? You don't belong here, right? Or do you like that's how's that work?
I kind of want to ask. So listen, if you Monday through Friday and it's Saturday,
What are you doing here?
yeah, what are you doing later?
Oh, right. Okay.
Because, but the dude was so like, when I say this dude was like, he had swag, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was just kicking back with his weekend boo,
Mhm.
right? While
Right.
his weekday boo was right there, and I kept looking at her face too because I want to say like I'm looking for like let me see if I see any shade or any
you grew
hate,
into this,
like,
sorry with you guys.
you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
because he was like with his weekend girl, they looked like they were together,
Right.
So she was like right here up under him, right?
Right.
I'm like this dude, like
And-
this is
and
how this is. It was just like okay, this is just what we do.
And the weekday girl sitting off on the side.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm like, maybe she was looking to get chose. I'm not sure, but same time, it was just one of those things. I was like, damn, that's a thing. So it's like, wait, what
Small. It's hard to read.
what you mean? Sounds like my best. Hold on. What we talking about here?
It's 2023.
So I feel like there was a topic that was brought up a couple weeks ago on a show that was never really fully discussed, but I think we maybe want to discuss it again. This might be the perfect time to bring it back up. We're talking about 7 wives. So how does that work? That sounds great.
Seven wives?
Just kidding. Tariq brought up. I'll leave it alone.
No, she said her best friend.
Well, her best friend what?
Evidently, her best friend has the same
Setup
setup.
situation?
Yeah,
The
situation. Yeah,
polyamory?
with the polyamory. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if
And
you
it
got something to
works.
weigh in on, do give us a call 804-921-6988.
Karan, what's up, Karan?
But check this out, right? So, like, I don't want to speak. I can't speak for y'all, but my experience was growing up in the community I grew up in, especially in my 20s, right? We were all kind of running around doing whatever. 80 to 90% of my male friends had a main joint and something on the side,
Okay.
right? So contrast that with somebody saying, well, you know what, baby, look,
Just gonna tell you about the one.
this has been great and everything, but let's look at putting the cards on the table. I just another little I'm gonna be honest with you. Even on my smoothest day, I'm not quite sure how to work that into a conversation unless I get something from her that would suggest that she might be okay with that, right? But I do respect the fact that if people are saying, okay, we in a polyamorous relationship, we putting our cards on the table, we not playing games. Whereas you have so many people out here
Sure.
who do have something on the side, but
Right.
it's on the low.
Yeah.
Right. So from that aspect, I do respect it.
No,
I don't know
between
about the
between two
logistics
options,
of
I
how
feel
you
like,
can make
yeah.
it work. You know what I mean? Or at some point, feelings may be caught where it
Yeah.
makes that whole arrangement difficult, maybe.
Sure.
Right. But I do respect the upfront putting your cards on the table. Like,
So question. So between the two, you say putting your cards on the table and saying you're going to girl on the side, in addition to your main girl. So you tell your main girl, hey, like I want to have something on the side. That's better, in your opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as being upfront.
Being upfront, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, yeah.
But they
I mean,
have to be, but it has to be some kind of
What do you think?
laws
mean
govern
like-
with that, because you got
guidelines.
guidelines. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
is
sure.
it only with us, or can you have somebody on the side without her? Because
Yeah,
that's kind of emotionally
just
detaching
open-
yourself
I've
from the
heard it go
relationship.
both ways. I've heard situations where everybody is sort of in that relationship, like as in like a household kind of thing. And then
Oh,
I've
yeah, I
also
can see
heard it
that.
where
I can see that.
somebody else might have somebody else, right? But they
Yeah.
don't come into that household, right? So,
Yeah, honestly, it
so
sounds
basically,
like-
it's whatever you want to arrange for yourself. To be honest with you, but I just think it's interesting because these alternatives were not presented when I never heard anything about polyamory in my 20s.
Yeah, you see what the Montalat say.
Honesty, sincerity, contracts. Contract. See that contract word.
Contracts, yeah.
People, I think people they look at that and they say, "I ain't doing no." But honestly, the things that you have frustrations, issues, problems are because of misunderstandings where there was no contract agreement in place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I know a lot of people
Yeah.
out there probably gonna be like,
Because you're going off of what I thought. You know what I mean?
Extra.
Oh, I
whatever,
thought you was
but-
gonna understand. I thought you was gonna understand that. I thought we had the ball understood. No, I don't know what you're thinking all the time.
Exactly. And again, I don't know if obviously polyamory isn't for everybody. However, it could be for more people than realize it.
Especially if you,
You know what
came
I'm
from
saying?
a cheating background.
God, yeah, help you. Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't
if
think
you
they
came-
line up.
Huh?
I don't think cheating and polyamory lines up.
Why
I
not?
don't think it's the same. I don't think they're like two branches near each other on the side.
Of
the-
course.
I
the
mean,
main
you
branch.
got to think about
I
it. A
don't think
person
they.
who cheated.
I don't think they're that close
A
to each
person
other.
who cheated,
I know it
right?
sounds
I don't
similar.
think
This
so
is
either,
my
but-
opinion
Mhm.
on this. A person who cheated, right, who's always been cheating,
Right.
cheating, right? It's an addiction.
Okay.
It's a disease. It's
Oh,
whatever
okay.
however you want to look at it,
Is
right?
Is it that cut and dry?
It is.
So if you cheat, you have an addiction.
Yeah.
So you
Very
need your
simple.
medicine.
Our,
No,
our audience,
I mean,
our audience,
no, I'm
No,
keeping it real though. I'm keeping it real
Our
though.
audience is
So,
nodding
so
their
why
heads.
not? So why
in
not?
unison.
Why not just be upfront with the person who you now then caught all these feelings for and want to settle
Right.
down, whatever the deal is, and just present it? Because the thing about being a cheater, you're always going to be tested. That's an that's
Gotcha.
a like
Okay.
creative you drug, whatever it is. You know,
Right,
you're
right.
always gonna be, you know what I mean? Because for one, we men or you females or whatever it is, you always gonna see something that looks more enticing.
So I have an
than what
opinion
you
on this
had.
too. I feel like it does, even if you're someone who's not a cheater, you don't have any intention of cheating. I don't think you ever really turn off the possibility that you could be attracted to something else, wherever it is. So you're living your life in a monogamous relationship. You go to the
Hey
supermarket,
kid,
and a beautiful girl smiles at you, and she's just your type, etc. I think you're still going to be attracted to her.
yeah,
Right? Everyone
business.
is, right? Like it's not it's
Okay,
pretty much everybody is.
Did
So-
you, Abantala said, and polyamory doesn't fix sexual deviations addiction.
no, it don't.
That's what Tariq's
It don't.
point is. That's
It
what,
don't. That's what I was
yeah.
saying, because you always going to want the next thing.
Yeah,
like
that's what Tariq's
once you
saying.
agree to that, you know, if you go out here and see
And that's what I'm saying,
another
too, it
young
doesn't
lady
line
that
up.
looks, you know, whatever, smoking or whatever, she
Yeah,
hot or whatever
right.
it is, and you start a conversation with her and find out that she's kind of down with that too, though
Right.
she's feeling you, then you're gonna go back home and, babe, I got somebody else, and it's never going to stop after that. point.
So check this
So
out.
then the addiction, so then it's almost like you you emotionally detaching yourself or physically detaching yourself and mentally from your spouse and putting it into getting other women. So you
Right.
still out here, you cheating just on an agreement level, if you want to call it that. Like, you know, now your girl is with it in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But
But
I
it's
don't
not.
see-
You're saying it's not the same.
it's not the same
It
at all.
doesn't feel that
No.
need.
No.
So another thing that I saw.
And what if she throw a monkey? Excuse me, what if she throw a monkey wrench in and say, "Well, babe, you know, this time I want to have a man."
That's the other thing.
See now, what you gonna say now?
Equanimity,
Now it's like, oh
reciprocation,
hell,
these
well,
things come in.
time
Yeah.
out. You know that wasn't in the contract.
You know,
Right.
we tried, it didn't work out, baby. Listen, we go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you win some, you lose.
Hey,
No, but look,
Hey.
but so I happened to watch an interview with Michael Blackson. He's a pretty popular comedian out of Philadelphia. He does the African thing, you love something, right? Okay, so just in case y'all didn't know what I'm talking about.
There was a comment that was just on the screen. I kind of got have missed it. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
I know you were
I'm
first.
bringing him up because he mentioned that he has, and I don't know if he could have been joking, but he said he has an arrangement where he can have another woman, but his woman said, his main woman said that you cannot repeat it with the same woman because she does not want him having
Catching feelings.
repeating contact and catching feelings,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
it end up being another actual
Sorry,
full-blown
yeah.
relationship or
Right.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
What y'all weighing on that? What y'all think?
I love it.
So what she's encouraging him to do essentially is have multiple randos popping in.
Rando, okay, yeah.
I mean, that's
'Cause-
really what it means.
and
That's really what it means.
and that's interesting.
And she's okay with
because
that.
He's in the limelight. He's meeting women all the time, right? So I guess for her, and I'm not speaking for nobody else, but for her, I guess she's like, this is a way to manage this situation. This is a practical way for her to manage that situation.
So I've never been in
I don't
any
know.
of these situations, but I feel like having multiple randos is worse than your partner having one other side thing. Don't you? I mean,
I
from
don't
a
know. I
feelings,
mean,
like from like a love and romance and whatever perspective, maybe it's not as bad. But
I feel like I understand what
not
you're saying.
have-
I agree with you. Because I feel like
I'd rather not have
now I
multiple
feel like
randos in the picture.
and I feel like
or
every
the
time
background.
every time you and your lady goes on a date, you hunting
Yeah,
instead of like
exactly.
in that date in the moment with her.
Oh, you mean so you want to recruit?
I mean, think about it. If you can have a different one every
You
time,
recruit,
you know what I
you
mean?
got-
Yeah, you recruit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you out for a night steak and dinner and
You getting all the
and a
happy
reconnaissance
hours.
mission.
You everywhere. You down the oyster bar. You
No,
everywhere.
I feel like I've been
It's all
there,
over.
and
As a matter of fact, recently I overheard a conversation
Unc,
where
girl.
a guy took his lady out and he kind of tested the waters with a lady who was waiting on them, right? She was cute or whatever. And the lady was kind of, she was kind of going for it a little bit, right? So apparently for that situation, recruiting was maybe
so she was helping.
part and parcel, was a part of the,
I think
how
on
they
like
go set up.
I think on like a swinger type relationship, that might be more of a thing. If the girls into
I agree
girls
with
too,
Yeah.
or the guys into guys too, they might work together to get that. You see that happens. That's a good. That's a good.
And you know
thing.
what, man? That's a good segue. Have y'all ever been to a swingers party?
No.
Something similar once. Yeah.
Bar, you ain't did nothing. God,
I
dang.
know, man.
So wait a minute.
I got
You were-
cable.
wait,
I got the full cable package. I'm saying it.
Hey,
I'm
you were
seeing it.
into the.
He just got
polyamory
like
thing for
he
a
got
minute.
like Uber confessions and shit. That's all he
hold
got,
on.
man. He ain't-
Hold on.
Come on.
You were in the polyamory thing for a minute, but
Right.
you never got involved in anything that was swinger-esque. You never went to a swinger party, nothing. How does that not?
You ever had a threesome?
How do those things not go together?
Oh, you really want to embarrass me? Look, so I had a two and a possible. See, what happened was,
Two impossible.
no,
Oh, you was wearing the condom.
no, her,
You know you wear a condom. That's
her
like
friend
having a
said she was
threesome.
coming over.
You do know that, right?
So we just did.
You do know that, right?
What's that?
When you have sex with a condom, that's a threesome. It's you, the lady, and the condom.
How so?
Because you're not really having sex. Because it's skin to skin is actually having sex.
Oh, I'm
Not
a
with the
little-
condom
Still
on.
having sex.
I don't know. I'm worried about
It's a
you.
threesome.
I'm kind of worried about you right now. I don't know if you.
Just keeping it real.
I don't really know.
Is that? Yeah, I mean,
But y'all
if
please
that's how
weigh
it
in on
works,
that.
in,
And by
your
the way,
book, then
I appreciate this this participation in here. If you want to call in, that's 804-921-6988. You can call in anonymously if you want,
no one's.
and that'll be just fine.
No one trusts our
Yeah.
level of security here. They all think they're going to be outed.
Exactly.
They really are. Everyone's scared to
Exactly.
call in. That's
Exactly.
crazy.
So should we got enough time for the next
I
topic?
don't do it.
Okay. Something else that
Hey, yeah. See what I'm saying? Look what the Martala say. She said, no,
Be
the
real.
condom
He's
makes
back.
you invisible. See what I'm saying? Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought I was playing.
But other than
Valaria,
other
what's
than you
up,
and
baby?
Amidala, nobody believes that.
Huh?
Other than you and Amidala, nobody believes that.
You tripping. You can do a poll right now. Let's ask the order. My man over there. If you got a condom on, is it considered
Does
a
it,
threesome?
does it count or not? Let's take a
Does
survey
it
of the,
count?
of the in studio
It don't
audience.
see. It don't count. See,
No, there's a no. So
that's a no.
it counts. Definitely counts. All right. So I would say yeah.
It don't
definitely
count.
Counts.
It
I'd
don't.
love to-
What you say?
I'd love to have an
You say it
invisible,
counts?
like an invisibility cloak where it doesn't, or some magic where it doesn't count, but it still counts. So we've got 2 for it doesn't count,
Yeah.
2 for it does count.
Who's the other two? Who's the other one? Oh, the young lady said. You say it
You're
counts.
saying it counts.
Yeah. So
Oh, so we're 3-2. But
'cause
you're
the
the
thing is I can.
yeah. When you talk about it like that,
See what I'm saying?
The body count that we brought up a couple
Kid
weeks ago.
say it
Yeah,
counts.
It cuts that. But
Oh man, come on, kid. You supposed to be on my side.
Bahish, what's your
No attachment with
vote on
condoms.
I kind of since I ain't had one, I think it counts. I'm just saying, 'cause,
you think it counts? So it counts.
I
You
mean,
guys, if
you
we're
know.
just going by votes here,
but
It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
count. See, we winning on this side.
y'all might be.
I
Right
don't think they-
now.
Y'all might be.
Right now, if I look at the polls right now, I'm looking at the
Doesn't
polls right now.
count.
It's 103 to 2. 103 to 2. Right now.
at this moment,
Right?
at this moment,
Nah,
without
At this
the
moment right
tallies,
now,
like,
I just add everything up. It's
Those
102
are-
to 3. So
So,
This-
but yeah, okay, all right. So, okay, while we still got some time, I'm gonna transition. You ready to go and talk about that daddy duo?
Oh, man, this one right here, y'all.
Okay, mind y'all, the title of this episode was "Wild News These Days." This might be the wildest one. Well, I don't know. It depends.
Nah, this
there's
the
a lot of
wildest.
stuff out there.
This the
There's
wildest.
There's a lot of wild stuff out
All
there.
right, Tariq, tell him.
All right, so listen, y'all. So lately, it's been a trend going on, fad, whatever you want to call it, right? Where the fellas are now doing daddy do-overs. And what that mean is
Daddy do-overs.
so for the females, a lot of times, after they had a baby and things like that, they normally their body don't bounce back the way it used to be. So they can go and get a little help. Meaning they go and get a tummy tuck, they get their breast lift, things like that.
They even got the coochie tighten up. You
All
know
kinds
what
of
I mean?
stuff,
They
right?
got all
So,
kinds of-
Lately, we've been finding out that the fellas have been going to get what they call daddy do-overs,
Daddy.
meaning they go and get their stomach snatched up or whatever you want to call it so they can have abs. They've been going to get
he going to get his titties done too.
yeah, that
Good.
you know what I'm saying.
Good.
They going to they even going to get they even going to get inches added to their private part. Now
That sounds really painful.
I don't understand.
I don't know what
So-
that's involved in.
but-
That
but
sounds really.
It's trending. It's I mean like you let's talk about it. I mean, because
Let me ask
the
y'all something.
conversation's
Let me ask y'all something. Who on here right now? Let me ask. All right, I'm Martha. I'm gonna ask Martha if she's still on there, or Kia, anybody that's still on there, right? Would you pay for your man to go and get a daddy do-over?
So the woman's paying for it as well.
I mean, or would you care if your man went and got a daddy do-over?
Would you throw your moral support behind it?
Yes, there you go.
Anybody? No. Okay,
Nope.
we got one no. We got one no.
Oh, I knew Marika was gonna say no. She ain't playing. She's straight up with it. Oh, come in here with that bull crap.
When y'all can get shower attachments, child support will be canceled.
Hold on. Huh?
Shower attachments.
Oh, she said I would. Okay, yeah. Kid said no. Okay.
Oh, you said what y'all thought all porn stars are born like that?
Hey, Valario on the chain. Hey, that's my man, though. You hear me? He keep it
They
100.
can get tax write-offs for enhancements. Okay. Because look, honestly, the conversation has always been, with the women getting all this work, right?
Yeah.
Trying to, please these guys or
Mhm.
whatever. So I'm not mad if the tables are turned.
Kyoto says no.
I'm not mad if
No.
if listen.
No,
Yeah.
I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit up here and be eating salads and doing
Amatullah
push-ups
says
and
yes,
pull-ups every
I'm doing
day.
Spinners.
Go to the beach and then this nigga here and paid $75 to get his stomach done.
Hey, well, if he pays $75, he ain't got that long. Trust me. But
$75.
you can't get it for $75 in Mexico. But
Nah,
but
nah.
I'm
I know a
saying
spot
though,
over Southeast.
because like think about it, all these years, right? You hear about these stories about girl, her butt is fake and all of this. I mean, if you feel real to the touch, I don't care personally, but I'm saying the conversation has always been focused on what the women can get, right? So now the tables are turned,
Yeah.
and the dudes is because I'm gonna be honest with you, and people might feel certain kind of way about this, but like we grew up in a society where men can take their shirt off, right, and just.
Right.
But this is how I feel. If I can't see her titties, then I don't want to see his, right? So I'm just saying. If I can't see hers, I don't want to see his. So if tighten your shit up, you know what I mean? What you gotta do? I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
But Valario make a great point though. Go back to what he said. He said,
Men who get work done are just lazy.
nah, but not only that though, he has to say something after that also. I think it was men can tone or what he was saying.
But see, I don't even know if it's all a lazy thing because you have some people who have gotten
Yeah, right
they
there.
can lose weight and build muscle with discipline and no time.
Right.
Okay.
Well, first of all, see, Valario is one of them high value brothers, right? Got all these different things, and that's cool. That's good, Valario. That's good, right? But you also have a lot of people out here who, and we're gonna have a that topic too, because I know someone who went through a personal surgery situation, and she has been able to turn things around. Sometimes that little extra surgical help is what you need, but like I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, for the women out here who maybe they got a guy they like or whatever, and he checks all the other boxes, but
But he's got
on the physical tip, my man just not quite, and he decides, okay, look, I'm gonna tighten up this stomach a little bit for you, and I don't care.
So the
I ain't
debate
got
then
to
would
sleep with him.
be,
But you
should he
can't
just
tighten up
work
your
out a
stomach
little?
and do all that other stuff, and then you be like, all right, come on, baby, let's go get some crabs and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
that's on him. You know what I'm saying?
Crabs don't make you fat.
If you
Where'd you
spend,
hear this?
If you
That's
spend your
misinformation.
money,
What's misinformation?
Crabs don't make you fat.
A lot of them.
No.
Let me tell you something.
Well,
Limited
whatever
crabs.
it is,
Hold on.
every single
I can
day,
eat
it's the
limitless
sodium,
crabs. Yeah,
it's the
sure,
sodium.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sodium, yeah.
All that stuff that's in this food that you eat out every day.
look, okay, well, McDonald's, whatever
Merlin
it is,
crabs are fat free.
that's on you. That's on
He
you.
said they fat free.
This goes out to the world,
Yeah, they
right?
fat free until you put all that damn
Don't dip it in butter. I didn't say that.
butter
But
and
I'm just saying this
Old
video goes
Bay.
out to the world. So we're misinformed because they don't know. People in the middle of America don't know the first thing. They don't know what a crab is.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
nah,
give
man,
you
don't be making no
information.
excuses for these women. No,
Jokes
don't make no excuses for
aside,
these women.
dead
No,
bodies are hot.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you
I'm
can't
not
make no
saying I think
excuses.
they're hot. I'm
We
just
can't
saying
make
I want
excuses
him
for
wear-
women.
I want
right?
him wearing himself out trying to be someone. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want him
See,
wearing
this
himself
is-
out trying to be someone he isn't, as long as he's healthy and mindful.
Thanks, Amatullah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Hold on
okay.
though, but Valari, he's trying to make excuses for women.
What would he say?
He
Is
just
that what Valario
he just saying
Valario.
their
Let's be real, bro.
hormones and all kinds of stuff, prevents them from losing the weight. Nah. Listen,
Working
I'll tell you what I did when I had my first son.
Take it easy on it. Don't do that. Take it
Right?
easy on the women. Don't
My son mother, she had our child,
Mm.
right? Of course, it's baby weight or whatever, right?
Mm.
Let's understand it, right?
All right.
But what you're not gonna do,
Mm.
and we was living in an apartment on the third
Stopping on the
floor,
table.
right? On the third floor, living in an apartment, right? No, you take them bags upstairs. You're gonna work this off. There's no excuses. I need you to get back to where you was. But if you don't do the things that you're supposed to do, then guess what? The weight ain't going nowhere. So it's no excuses, Valario. They just got to do what they're supposed to do. No, I made her.
I mean-
I ain't make her, but I said, listen, breastfeed until he about 12. Negro.
I
You know
don't know,
what I'm saying?
what you're talking about, Tariq.
Supposedly
Everything
the
you're saying
breastfeed
is
like,
like
breastfeed jaws in, yeah.
Yeah, suppose, but he was just being. He was just being extra. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
But she stopped now though.
Yeah,
She stopped now.
Slim is what 5? Go ahead, cut it out.
Yeah, she stopped now. She a little on the big side.
But yeah, so I don't know, y'all. I mean, on one hand, like I'm glad that it's a conversation now because I never want to be that person that's like, well, look, you get your body done, but don't expect me to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. You know what I mean?
I mean, a relationship would be
Yeah.
nice. It'd be good in a relationship if you guys can like do stuff together.
Oh
Like-
hell
like,
no!
you know,
What you
We
mean?
gonna
Like
tummy
you
tuck
mean like
together.
both of y'all go get your titties done at the same time?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about like, hey, we got this beautiful trail right here. Let's go running in the morning.
Oh yeah,
Let's
yeah,
wake
yeah.
up
yeah.
together.
I mean,
let's
you
go.
know,
Let's go do stuff. Let's go hike. Whatever.
That sounds like a healthy option. It does. It sounds like
yeah. And I understand. Like we're busy. Like we talked about this on another episode. It's busy lives here in Washington D.C. We got to work
Yeah,
hard for our
true,
money,
true.
etc.
okay.
So I understand time is a little bit short, but it's still like I think the way you guys are. I don't know which one. I don't know who's worse here, but what you're saying is like
I'm worse.
You're like saying this is what you got to do. You got to get it together. Be the perfect woman you were before, whatever. With a
I don't know if that's even a thing.
22-year-old
I
body,
just-
etc.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
not-
even
come on.
practical, man.
Yeah.
Look,
She just had your baby. Come on, you
yeah,
know.
you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Y'all hear these excuses,
and
Excuses.
and then, but then they be mad when you go out here and get somebody else that look like Jessica Rabbit
Yeah.
that had 4 or
of
5
course.
kids.
Oh well.
See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
See, things that make you go,
oh, you mean because she actually brought it back in? Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, there's some other factors on that, right? You know, it's not cut and dry. Like, go hit the gym every day between 5 and 7, and you straight. You know,
Just saying.
sometimes everybody
just
don't
saying.
bounce back like that.
When
It's
you
just
come
what it
home, 3 years later and she still look the same, like she just had the baby, you wonder why I got postpartum.
is. Right? You got postpartum, bro. Anyway, y'all know he played too much sometimes, even on the weekend. He said, I don't date
Be real.
women whose stomach is bigger than mine. Don't judge me, but health and wellness matters. Okay, so that's interesting because check this out, right? So I knew this one lady in the community. She had what you would call a pot belly, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to pinpoint her. She had
It's only
but
one girl
whole
in our
time-
community that look like that.
Come on,
But
man.
go ahead.
Oh, you a bad one? Oh, come on.
Go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna put her name on.
In
it.
another
Oh, man.
community.
It's a
You
nice-
Like,
it
nah,
feels
bro, I'm just
terrible being
teasing.
in the
know what
middle
I'm
of you
saying?
guys.
You killing
Like,
me, P.
No, I'm just
I'm
teasing.
seriously,
I'm
like,
just teasing.
being
you. Go ahead.
here
I'm
is
not
like-
messing with you. I'm messing with you.
her situation wasn't so much that she was overweight, but she had another medical condition that caused her stomach to protrude like that, right? Now, that now brings me to the question is when you say health and wellness, is it really health and wellness, or is it if someone has a condition, you know, and that's where they are, but you just don't want that look aesthetically? And when you can be honest and say, no, I'm just not into that look, you know. Some people are just not into it. You understand? But I'm just saying, but you gotta
I guarantee you had to wear them glasses to work the next day. You sure not gonna have a black eye.
look, y'all gonna make me the villain. That's cool. Whatever. But the point is, everybody, when you did okay, we all older now, right? You know, we're 40 and up, whatever the case is. I don't think you can realistically, unless somebody really knows how to eat for their body type, for their makeup, because that's a real thing. Just because you can eat broccoli doesn't mean broccoli is good for me, right? That's
Right.
a real thing, right? So if you have a situation where you're dealing with somebody, they might not know what's the right thing for them. They might not know, they might not quite be dialed in with how they need to work out to look. So if you really into them, how much of that are you gonna let make the decision as to whether or not you really, you know, deal with them? I mean, because you, like Tyree said, you dealing with somebody that look one way, you know, then they have a baby, and they aren't able to just tuck that thing back in. You know,
I mean, I
So-
think then I have to go what Gary says. I mean, if you really into that person, it's your love, or stuff like that, then I think you should find a way to work out with them. To motivate them,
there
you know,
go, there
you know,
because I'm not
to
saying
get-
it's cut and dry. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like
Yeah,
you're stuck with him forever or anything like
I mean,
that.
that's
either.
what I
I'm
would
just
do.
saying like it's like if you're in a relationship, it's kind of like a partnership. So,
Yeah.
so like
you
work together.
go out
if
on
you
the,
can.
go out on
And-
the trail and you ride the
and
bike
when you
while she
can,
jog.
then that's maybe no longer a partnership. You know?
Hold up, baby. Hold up.
Nah, though.
Come on,
Real
man.
quick, y'all, before we get off of here, man, I wanna just plug some people in real quick. Our homegirl Kimberly Hall, she's having a Bling Your Own Mug party October 2nd. That's Sunday, October 2nd from 2 to 4. And it's at the Divine Deliveries on 525 Eastern Avenue, Fairmont Heights, Maryland. Tickets are $40. And you can go on Eventbrite to get your ticket. And who else we have on here? We got our good friend Tony Spoon. He's a comedian we all know, very funny guy. He's having an event on September 4th from 5 until, and it's called Poetry, Cigars, and Comedy. And it's at 6402 Coventry Way, Clinton, Maryland.
Okay, Clinton, Maryland. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a two cigar minimum purchase. So if you don't smoke cigars, buy 2 and give them to somebody.
Good advice.
But it's, you
Give him to
definitely want
Uncle
to be in the house
Steve. You
for
know
the
that
last,
nigga
man.
little. Give
He's
him
a
to Uncle
hilarious
Steve.
dude. He got a nice lineup with him. So yeah, those are the 2 that I wanted to shout out today. And of course, our good friend, producer, and the man of the hour for the studio, Robert Rousers. Y'all don't forget to go on Robert Rouser TV and subscribe. Again, when you do that, screenshot, let me know, send it to me so I can put you on the car detail list for free car detail. So
I need to put my name on the list then.
I
yeah.
wanna get on
So
that
you know,
list.
we trying to get this off the ground, y'all. It's a very nice studio. It's equipped with all kinds of things. We got libations. What is it, libation?
I thought it was libations.
Lib-
Did he just say live? Did he just come?
Oh, look, man.
Okay, that's fine. Go
I
on,
ain't
bro.
He said
graduated.
libations.
Go on.
Look, I'm trying to plug the thing in, man.
said
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
And real quick before we go, we have another podcast family that comes in right after us. It's called Cocktails and Cousins. When I tell y'all it's one of the funniest podcasts I've ever. Go on.
They pull no
They got a
punches.
page. Go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube, but go on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram at Cocktails and Cousins. The last episode, y'all, I swear for goodness, it was one of the funniest things I ever seen in my life. The way she used the B word, slim. Slim. Samuel Jackson ain't got nothing on this. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to y'all, man. But seriously though, go on there and follow them, y'all. Anything else? Closing remarks, y'all wanna?
No, just Rabble Rousers TV right now is where you'll find these episodes. So you'll find Cousins and Cocktails and Friends and the Bad Guy all on there. Please check it out. I can't think of anything else. Oh, by the way, and throughout the week, if y'all have anything that's coming up that y'all want us to talk about, shoot it to Tariq so we can cue it up to be able to really get into it. We appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank my main man, the Don G. Gary,
aka John B, aka
big brother Tariq.
And I'm your boy. Bye-bye.